What's up, guys? It's the Yungavelle here. Hope you guys are having a lovely day. So today I wanted to talk about something that seems to happen when you start to undertake this journey, this NoFap semen retention journey. And it's funny because the idea of this video started with two people commenting on two different videos about the same thing at the same around, like within minutes of each other. So I saw synchronicity there, and it had to do with one of the commenters said, is it me, something along the lines of, is it me, or do you guys seem to experience more luck when you're on NoFap? And I can most certainly attest to that. I don't know if it's we are able to handle stress easier and we're more aware of the synchronicities and the good stuff that happens, or just, like I said, higher quality actions generate a higher reciprocity from Krishna, from God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. And so you're elevating the quality of your actions, so what's going to be coming back to you is elevated quality as well, which I think that it might be something along those lines. And I just thought it was very interesting that that synchronicity happened where two different videos, two different commenters were saying the same thing at the same time. So yes, I can attest to somehow NoFap is just you attract higher scenarios, higher opportunities, and I think that is very interesting. Now, I'll say this because I wanted to go a step further and a step deeper, because when you there's this verse in the Bhagavad Gita, which is a Vedic, ancient Vedic literature, that basically says the constant appearance and disappearance of both happiness and distress are cause for it's better to be steady in both happiness and distress, because they both come and they go, just like the seasons. So when you get that luck, when you get that, like in one of my videos I was talking about, I was having recent success, right? I was having a lot of professional success. So instead of getting washed away in that success, sure, let it stimulate gratitude. Absolutely, that's a proficient way to use that experience. But don't get lost in it, and don't, because then your ego can get away from you. Stay steady. Now this is so beneficial, because when distress happens, you remain steady as well, which is powerful. And when the things that elicit distress in my life occur now, I have been able to frame it in a way where I remember that verse where happiness and distress are constantly appearing and disappearing. So how can how can I learn from it? How can I benefit from it? Right? So one of the things that has helped me get through it is to the other side of distress, besides being steady, is what's called the 4 agreements. And I don't know if you've heard the 4 agreements or if you've read that book. I haven't personally read the book, but the 4 agreements themselves are good enough where remembering those is good enough for me to elicit steady response vibrationally. So the 4 agreements are: don't take things personal, don't make assumptions, always do your best, and be impeccable with your word. So for the distress that comes, I noticed that I was lacking in not doing my best. So knowing what those 4 agreements are, knowing how I wasn't abiding by them, allowed me to not only remain steady, but put me on a track where it's like, I always do my best, Don't take things personal, don't make assumptions, and be impeccable with my word. Yes, like that is like my shield. You know, it can be a shield of where you're covering yourself. You know, you're covering your actions. You're straight. You're good. So that was something that was helping me. You know, along with the perspectives of happiness and distress come and they go. Another thing that I wanted to mention was, you know, talking about distress and the problems / challenges that come. A easy way to help you cope with it is just imagine if you got someone else's problems. Like, nah, I'm good. I'll keep my own challenges. I'll keep my problems. I'm good with mine. Matter of fact, thank you for my problems. Thank you for my challenges. Cause imagine if you don't want other people's problems. So that's one way to help you not only to accept your problems, but, and I'll say challenges, because that's better. To accept your challenges, but to be grateful for your challenges. You know, you have those points in your life where everything's going great for you, then you'll have those moments where things are challenging, where things are, distress comes. And that's all part of it. That's fine. That's all part of it. It's all, how are you going to use it? How are you going to use the experience? So, learn from it. Remain steady in both happiness and distress. Remain steady. And at the end of that verse, it says, those who are able to remain steady in both happiness and distress are surely eligible for liberation. And that's talking about the whole, what Buddha attained, you know, liberation from material desire. So you see how everything is connected. You know, we're talking about advancement. You know, the more you dive into it, you'll start to see that these things are interrelated. So that's all I really wanted to share with you guys today. If you guys got anything from this video, make sure to share, comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time, remember, greater perspective will lead to a greater connection. Peace.